Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second production of The All-Seeing Eye. I'm glad to have all of you with me today. I hope you can see my camera output. In this production, I will do my best to further clarify what I would like to share about the 9 cats and the New World Order. Now, please remember that these are just phrases, these are just words, and without definition, they remain just that. So what I'm going to do is endeavor to bring up camera output on my screen. Seems like I always have a challenge with that. And I'm going to use Skype for that. I like to go to the video options screen. It seems to be a handy way of getting to there. And not sure if you guys can see my screen or not, but I'm at my Skype page. It's a very handy program for making free video calls to anyone with a computer with also Skype. Okay, I'm going to go to my video options. It just sort of helps me if I can see my own picture here. I've been ended up spending a lot of time trying to basically get a simple program to display my webcam. Looks like Skype's having trouble, which would indicate that this Google Hangouts on the Air is actually actively using the camera. So this time I'm going to try to see if I can find the actual output. It just helps me to see what I look like on camera, just to see what's on the view of the screen. You know how cameras traditionally have a fairly narrow range of view. Okay, it's giving me some broadcast settings. Let's see here. It's just referring to all of you guests that are joining me and the settings related to that. Okay, just making 3 settings here. Okay, I think these settings are right. They should automatically save, but I don't still see a picture. This is a completely brand new app, so I'm still figuring it out as I go. Okay, I'm not sure if anything changed. It just said presenting to everyone, so let's see here. Try not to spend too much time on that. I just launched something called Question and Answers. Still learning what that is. Saying the feature is disabled. Google Hangouts is also making it unclear whether the camera's on or off. So I won't spend any more time on that. I'll have to check into that later. So yeah, I anticipate a great new world for all of us, not far away. In fact, it feels like about 3 years away. And I'm very honored to be a representative, or perhaps a spokesperson for a completely different world that is so close to us we could almost touch it. I realize what I'm saying might not make that much sense. I'm trying to put more to this. So I'm going to look at my notes here. I'm going to take a little bit of time and talk about the 9 cats. Seems like it always go back to them. By the way, for those of you that are not used to the code, refers to, well, about 9 female singers on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's actually more than that, and probably some of them are male as well. But anyhow, they are said by some, depending on where you look on Google, to be under Illuminati mind control. Now, I don't even know if the Illuminati is real or not, and I don't even know technically what they represent. And I'm not even sure whether the average person considers it to be a positive or a negative word. So I guess that being said, I'm not quite sure why I use it, except that it's involved in my research, and it's on the internet connected to phenomena that I'm experiencing more intensely and dramatically than ever before in my life, including things that would be very hard to believe. Not sure if I should try to find a way to demonstrate them or just state them like I have my whole life. I'm trying to stop stating things without proof. But a very powerful phenomena is involving all of us to heal our planet as quickly as possible. So anyhow, if you can see my screen here, I'm going to change the font, see if it makes it easier to read. In Notepad here, notice that Notepad has gotten faster at loading the font window. Okay, this here actually is the notes from the first broadcast, but it just helps me to remember what we're talking about here. Now, if you zoom in on the center of the screen here, you see my list of the 9 cats. I'm not even sure if that's the real name. Right in there. So, I think what I'm going to do actually is see if I can pull up an open office, whatever they call it, Word document. See what they call it. They call it a rich text document. Yeah, that should work. Then I can put some pictures in there. So I'll just call it 9 cats. And then I'll use pictures as well to help express what I want to share or would like to share. I hope soon this Google Hangouts and Air will allow for those of you watching to participate in this process, because we are all involved in the need to heal our world. And I do my best to take it seriously, but also remember to have fun at the same time. Having said that, every second counts, and the universe is watching. So anyhow, I'll open up this 9 cats document and see here where, okay, there it is there, open office. Okay, so not sure if you can see that. See what view I'm at. This is LibreOffice. It's an alternative to Microsoft Office. It's free for download. Print layout, web layout. Make it web layout. Okay, so let's see here. See who's first on our list here. Go to my spreadsheet. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Let's see here. I have so many notes these days. It's a challenge to stay organized, but computer's helping. Believe it or not, here's something I'll tell you guys, and I actually have factual reason to believe this. My computer, in fact, all the computers that I'm using, all 3 of them, are exhibiting specific signs of, for lack of a better term, being able to partially read my mind. And as a computer programmer, I don't even know how that's possible. And maybe you guys can help me figure it out. Maybe it'll start happening on all of your computers. But it almost seems like where the future is headed is people will be controlling computers with their minds, but I don't know. Anyhow, first and foremost, we have the great Britney Spears. And I'll put her name down in big writing on the screen. Let's have a round of applause for Miss Britney Spears. She is the first one of these amazing women to capture my attention, and I don't even know the exact reason for that. But I do know that her song spoke to me in a very deep way. So here's her name, everyone. Britney Spears. I'm not sure technically what her real name is because, well, I don't mean that the way it sounds, but I don't think she's actually legally married, and technically she's been married twice, and usually when you get married the last name changes, but maybe there's an exception to that. I probably sound pretty dumb when I say that. Anyhow, her real name may be Not sure if it's Britney Spears, Britney Jean Spears. I'm still figuring it out. If you look at the family tree, there's something really weird about the names. Something really weird. But anyway, it's all good. Britney Spears, let's find a picture of her. See if I have one on my computer by any chance. I've been investigating this amazing woman for a long time. Okay, here's a picture. That's one of my favorite pictures of her. So I got that one there, and let's see how simply I can import a picture here. Insert file, moving sound, image. Good, it's pretty fast. This program is quite easy to find your way around. You can do everything in it that you can in Microsoft Office. If anything, it's easier. Okay, so now I've just got to find where that picture was stored. Okay, main spreadsheets. That should be fast. Yeah, so again, another term that I don't know if people overall, or technically myself in a sense, have a positive or negative view of, is the term New World Order. To be honest, it seems like only certain people with somewhat restricted viewpoints, people that do not believe they are entitled to think outside the box, which technically would mean not thinking at all, tend to criticize it. And so it's hard to tell, because one phenomenon I've noticed among humans is the more something is disliked, the more something is disliked, the less is known about it. And pretty soon, the only thing that's really disliked is the word. And so that's what part of this has to do with. Okay, meanwhile, I'm taking forever to get to my picture of Britney here. There she is. Beautiful woman. Not exactly sure how old she is there. It's really tricky to tell. One thing you'll notice on Google is it's very hard, if not impossible, to find out how old any person is in a picture. I have my theories as to why that is, but here we are, Britney Spears. So there she is. I actually selected that photo when I came across a website. I forget if it was BritneySpears.com, but basically it was a forum for Britney Spears. I still remember the feeling that I got when I came across that website. The moment I laid my eyes on it, and it was just a simple forum. You know, primary colors were magenta and blue. And, you know, how could I say this? The effect as it hit my mind was more intense than all the drugs combined. So what that means, I don't know. Anyhow, there she is, Britney Spears. I'm going to, I guess, shrink down this picture a little bit so I can make room for more. See how easy this program is to organize stuff. Okay, so we have one here. I'm going to save that document. Two different formats. Okay, I'm going to save it in ODF format. And, okay, I got to find a place to do this. I'm trying to keep this interesting, people. I'll keep working on this and try to keep putting broadcasts on my channel. Yeah, so anyway, I've looked up the New World Order on you know, Google, done some research, and it's really hard to tell. From what I've read recently about that term, it mostly represents the same things that I believe in. But anyhow, what the term, as it's searched for on the internet, you know, if you look it up, seems to be referring to, or seems to be promoting, is a world in which there are as few rules as possible, and there's only really one rule, and that is to respect other people's boundaries. So basically, back to kindergarten. You play nice and you do whatever you want. So Anyhow, I'm going to drop this document in here so it's got a name. Now, let's see what's next on the list here. These singers have a way of speaking that is really hard for me to wrap my mind around. But anyway, the next one is Katy Perry. And if anything, in many ways, her song speaks to me even more intensely than Britney Spears. But they each have, well, they are all interconnected. I don't know what corporation they have or what exactly they do, but I do believe that they are directly connected to the forces that control this planet. So, I'll put down Katy Perry's name, and I find in a lot of their songs that they seem to be speaking in code, and that's where you guys might be able to help me to tell me what you hear in the lyrics and other phenomena on YouTube. So I'm going to quickly pull up a picture of, let's see here, a picture of Katy Perry. Shouldn't be too hard. Simply type in Katy Perry, hit enter. Isn't that interesting? It's not giving me images now. Oh, there it is. It's been moved around. They're playing games with me. Excellent. That's not hard to find. Well, nothing but choices. Now, this is one of my favorite, excuse the joke, but Illuminati brainwashing video. I mean, it's very funny because the people that speak negatively about brainwashing seem to forget that there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with clearing everything that is not necessary out of one's mind. But that's part of what we're going to be exploring, if I can connect it together in my mind, because our society, as I see it, is so full of so many contradictions that, well, that it's important to look at the right way. I'm someone that is incapable of not noticing a discrepancy, especially when it's very, very obvious. And there's certain kinds of discrepancies that certain people seem unable to see. And I'm very curious about that phenomena. Okay, I'm just trying to capture a picture of Katy Perry. Save image as. There we go. That's her in her amazing video. Practically looks like the whole thing's computer generated, including the people. Okay, so let me find a place to put this here. Documents main. Still getting organized. I'll just drop it here now. Okay, that should work. JPEG image. It's always good to compress it. JPEGs are, you know, well, last I heard, like 16 times smaller than bitmaps. So, okay, so I know where I put it. We'll go back to my whiteboard here, and I'll just go ahead and say insert another image from file. And as you can see, it comes to the same folder. Look at this one. Got a beautiful picture of Katy Perry. I love that woman. Okay, it's changing the picture out of perspective. Holding down the shift key. There we go. Something like that. Okay. Okay. Trying to fix up this print here. Yeah, so anyway, according to some of my research, one of the things that the New World Order specifically represents is, how shall I put this, showing respect to females. And that's something that we really need on this planet. Personally, I consider females to be deities, but that's just me. Anyway, there she is. So, profile of the 9 cats is starting to take place. As you watch the videos, eventually you start to see links between the different videos, and you also start to see references to other multimedia productions, including movies. Fairly direct, but I really don't know what YouTube's up to. It's almost like it has a different version for each person. So I'm just going to expand this to full screen, and let's see who's next on the list. Again, I think this list is probably way bigger. So the next one is Kesha. I don't know the rest of her name, but holy cow, you should listen to some of her songs. She is not freaking around, neither am I. You see, certain people on this planet have decided we've just... Well, okay, let me put this positively. The time has come for the Earth to choose peace, and the time is now. So, without further ado, I'm going to look up a picture of Kesha. See where I pulled this up last time. Okay. Try typing in Kesha images. See what that does. Yeah, that works just fine. Okay. So let's see, which picture do I like the best? These women seem to be able to change their looks in a way that is kind of mind-boggling to me. I know, all women have that ability, but but these seem to have an extra skill. So I think what I'm going to do is just go to the actual images section of Google. It should be a better way of finding it. There's your full name, Kesha Rose Siebert. And okay, so let's go to images, and we should have no lack of them. So I'm just going to see which one sort of speaks to me the most. These women have a lot of skill with their eyes and what they say with their eyes, and they seem to be able to influence their audience in ways that it always seems like they're a few steps ahead of me. I kind of like this one here. You have to pick one, I guess. Trying to find the right expression on her face. There we go. Now we're talking. It's a rather large picture. Put it all on the screen for you to see. You can tell by the expression in her eyes that she's no average person. She knows something, and she has a power. And so do we all. Here, you see the supernatural, magic, and sorcery have been known about for a very long time. But because they were not considered part of science by all the members of the scientific community, I feel they haven't really been explored and looked at. So the fact is, all these terms, whatever truth is in them, whether they be religious or mythological or spiritual or otherwise, any truth is actually that exists with connection to them in regards to cause and effect actually is part of our physical world. This enormous power is on our computers. So I'm going to take this image and resize it by about 33%. One of the things that I'm hoping to find out through this process is who exactly I am. Okay. I can still resize the image anyway. Save this one. Yeah, just overwrite the other one. And insert. It'll take me a bit to put together a better people, so I thank you for your patience, for checking back for updates. What I'm speaking about has such intense implications that in a sense afraid of the sheer power behind it. But it's here. Only human makes no powerful creatures. Okay, so there we have. I wonder if any of these women are nearsighted. I sure doubt it. Okay, anyhow, people, thank you very much for watching. There we have on the screen 3 out of the 9 cats, however many there are. And thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And check back soon for new updates and new broadcasts. Welcome to the new world. Bye for now. God bless.